Sharks lost their third straight game in a shootout, losing to Anaheim once again 5-4 in a shootout. And I mean, to think that the Sharks in the last three games could have won all three of them if, the shootout's gone their way. They could have been higher up in the division significantly, as, they get three basically half wins instead of 3 wins. And yeah, it's unfortunate that the Sharks couldn't get this to go. I mean, to think if they would have won that, they would have been higher. And I feel like whenever they play the Anaheim Ducks, the Ducks sort of give them a run for their money, whether or not the Sharks win or not. And in this game, I mean, the Ducks were losing, pretty late in the game, and they come back significantly and win 5-4 in the shootout. And so, yeah, I mean, the Sharks played pretty good for the most part. So did Anaheim. And in the first period, Sharks got that first goal from Kevin LeBanc. Good to see that. It was a really good play from the Sharks. It was practically a breakaway. And the Sharks had a 2-on-1, and yeah, it was a good goal from him. And yeah, tipped in by an Anaheim Duck anyways, so it was 1-0. Brett Leeson did tie up the game though with about 8 minutes left in the first period for the Ducks, giving them a goal, and that made it 1-1. Then Maxime Comtois gave him a 2-1 lead. He actually scored the last time he played the Ducks a couple days ago, and that made it 2-1 Ducks. Then, in the second period, the Sharks had a good period. Timo Meier gets a goal with about 12 minutes left in the second period, and that makes it a tied game, 2-2. Timo, good goal for him. He's been having a pretty strong start to the season. Luke Kunin scored for the Sharks on the power play, and good, really good pass from Tomas Hertl to Kunin in the crease area on the power play, and it was 3-2. So, and yeah, we go to the third period, and that's where things got kind of crazy. Tomas Hertl gave the Sharks another goal, and that made it 4-2, giving them a 2-goal edge. But unfortunately, Mason McTavish, obviously pretty recent draft pick, scores for Anaheim on a breakaway attempt, and poor Sharks defense allows that. So 4-3 at that point, and then with about a minute and a half left, the Ducks, really fighting for a goal. They have the empty net. Adam Henrique scores, making it 4-4, and Sharks blew a 2-goal lead in the third. So then we go to overtime. No goals. Pretty good goalie work from Reimer. Then in the shootout, the Sharks unfortunately lost. And Sharks just in the shootout cannot really find ways to win. And they lose 5-4. So the Sharks are 3-8-3 now. Bottom of the division. It just looks like they're tanking. I mean, they're playing really good in like certain parts of the games. Like the second period in this game was great on both sides of the puck. The Sharks had great offense and defense, and unfortunately still couldn't get it to go. So the Sharks are going to go on a 4-game road trip. They're going to play the Blues, Stars, Wild, and Knights, and then head back home to play Detroit. That should be pretty interesting. I mean, my expectations are low. Looking in on Erik Karlsson, obviously he's having a historic season based on his accolades. He didn't have a goal tonight, but he did have an assist, and he's been a big part of this team. And that's the first time in years I've probably been able to say that. So that's really good. Reimer was he was okay. He was 21 of 25, 840 save percentage. Not great. The Ducks had Stolarz, who was a lot better. And the Sharks got 52 shots on the Ducks, which is immense. And they still didn't win. So, yeah, that's going to do it, guys. The Sharks lose in a shootout for the third straight game, losing to the Ducks. Their point streak continues, but they're only getting 1 point. So, yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys later. And, yeah, go Sharks.